Riley is here today too. So, Your Honor, of course, the court on October the 27th had terminated the parental rights of the father, Brandon Clausen, and we were ready to move forward with adoption if we could have the parties put under oath.
All those who are going to testify, raise your right hand. Let's place you under oath. All right.
Start with you. State your name for the court. And you're the wife of Sarah Jackson, the mother of Bradley Clausen, is that correct?
Yes.
And the two of you were married in July of the 23rd, 2024, correct? And you are the step-parent to Bradley?
Yes.
Okay. And you had had a continuous physical custody of Bradley since your marriage to Sarah, is that correct? Okay. And how old is Bradley now? Okay. And you've been acting in a parental role since your marriage, is that correct? And Bradley looks to you as a parent. Is that correct?
Yes.
What does she call you? And of course, you just heard me state father's parental rights were terminated October the 27th, 2025. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And you're asking the court to make this relationship that you've already shared with Bradley recognize that parental relationship. Okay. And you're asking the court to grant this adoption here today, making you the legal parent. You understand that when the court grants this adoption, it'd be as though that Bradley was born to you, should have the right to inherit from you. Understand if the two of you were to, but that's not. Okay. Okay. And you understand that when she becomes a teenager, that she doesn't listen to you. All the rules.
All right, now wait a minute, you're asking all the questions that I normally ask.
So
When you can tell when somebody's appeared in front of me often enough as a lawyer that they start asking the same questions that are supposed to be my questions to ask in a
Sorry,
human
Judge.
side.
Sorry, Judge. And you're financially able and capable of caring for the needs of the child, is that correct? And do you believe this adoption, of course, is in the best interest of, okay, and are you asking the court to change the name of Bradley K. Clausen to Bradley K. Jackson? And is there anything else that you want to add? Miss, you stay right there. So I'm going to have Sarah step up so she can talk into the microphone and state your name for the court, please.
Sarah Jackson.
Okay, and you are married, of course, to Michaela Jackson.
Yes.
And you've joined in this petition for the purpose of the adoption, correct? Okay. And you've always had continuous and physical and legal custody of Riley, is that correct? Okay. And Michaela and Riley have a close parental type relationship, is that correct? Have since you all were married, correct? Okay. And the child is not of Native American descent or any Native tribe, is that correct?
No.
And you believe this adoption is in the best interest of the child? And you also want her last name changed to Jackson?
Yes.
And state your name for the court, please. Okay. And you've heard the parties testify here today. You know them to be honest, truthful, and correct, and all the testimony correct? To the best of your knowledge, information, and belief. You believe this adoption is in the best interest of the child? Your Honor, that's all I have.
All right, the termination of the parental rights of the respondent has already occurred. So this is basically just creating the relationship of parent and child between Ms. Michaela Jackson. Ms. Jackson, I think Ms. Hassel-Hill has covered with you pretty clearly what your obligations are, but you understand that this is you're stepping into the role of a parent to replace that of the respondent whose rights were terminated, and that makes this child your child, the same as if she was your biological child. No difference in the law. You understand all that? You're willing to assume that responsibility? All right, then I will grant your adoption.
Your Honor, I've passed up also my affidavit of attorney's fees, asking the court to approve those.
I have signed your order. Congratulations.
Your Honor, if we might get a
Sure. They want to have a picture up here. You want to come up here? Good morning.
We have Ms. Amber Smith here today seeking guardianship over her two children's, her two children were left finances by their father who had life insurance.
Yeah, I've looked through the file. So
Um,
let's have Ms. Smith raise your right hand and let's have you placed under oath.
Step up to the microphone. Please state your name for the record.
Amber Smith.
And you were previously married to Jason David Perez, is that correct?
Correct.
You all had two children together? What are their names?
Davian and Briella.
Okay, were these Mr. Perez's only two children?
Yes.
And you all were divorced in 2018 by final decree entered by this court, is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Judge, we have a certified copy of that. In that final decree, there was a permanent
Mark,
parenting
this
plan.
is,
There is a permanent parenting plan incorporated, is that correct? That's correct. Okay. And in that, in section E, which is page 21 out of 28 of that document, it states that Mr. Perez was to insure his life in a minimum amount of $50,000. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And said policies were to name the children as sole irrevocable primary beneficiaries, with you being the trustee of
Correct.
to the benefit of the children. And it also stated that you were to serve without bond or accounting.
Correct.
And Mr. Perez has passed away as of February 12th, 2025. Is that correct?
That's right.
Now, Mr. Perez did have a will, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And it stated in the will that if there was any trustee or trust naming the children as beneficiaries, that an individual is named Nancy Johnson and Kevin Johnson shall serve as guardians, correct?
That's right.
Okay. But the children were not named as trustees or the beneficiary of any trust at any point, is that correct?
That's right.
Okay. So Mr. Perez held 4 life insurance policies through Prudential Life Insurance for Devin and Briella, is that correct? Davian and Briella, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And Prudential Life Insurance isn't releasing the money to you unless a guardianship is established, is that correct?
That's right.
And you're asking the court to appoint you as guardian over the minor children's estate, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And you're their mother?
I am their mother.
Okay. Sole provider?
Always good.
Okay. And you're not a beneficiary named under the policy? So you believe that you're able to represent the children's interests with no conflict?
Absolutely.
And you're asking the court to waive the requirement of guardian ad litem because of this, is that correct?
you want me to look around and see if there's anybody else who wants to be guardian of these children? You got a teenager back there behind you. So.
But I don't think anybody, well, they might take her. I'm just kidding.
And then pursuant to the previous mentioned permanent parenting plan that was entered by this court, are you asking that the requirement of bond be waived as well?
Yes, please.
And following the establishment of a guardianship, are you asking that the funds be temporarily submitted to the court, and then we'll, once we know the sum certain of the accounts, submit a proposed property management plan to the court in December 18th, I believe, is the appropriate court date. And then you'll be asking that those funds be released to you to be open in 2 separate accounts for the children.
Correct.
Is there anything else you think the court needs to know?
That might be on the 18th.
Correct.
Okay.
Right. Well, I'm sorry for the circumstances that find us here in court today, but obviously this is more a formality than anything. Since you're the custodian and biological parent, you are the most appropriate person to serve as both their legal guardian. So I will grant your request.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You have an order.
I think we'll have to submit an order later today. Thank you, Judge.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Anyone who's going to testify, raise your right hand. Let's place you under oath.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you are Maddie Nicole Hasley.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Hasley, you have filed a petition to change your name, and I am required to ask a couple of questions to make sure that you are doing this for legitimate purposes. Now, you just turned 18. Are you trying to escape from a life of crime and to avoid criminal prosecution? Are you trying to avoid all the many debts you may have incurred in your 18 years? You are wanting to change your name to that of your mother and stepfather, is that correct? All right, then I find that is a legitimate purpose and that you're entitled to change your name if you want to, since you're now legally an adult. You have an order prepared?
Yes, sir, I do.
I didn't give your mother an opportunity to testify. Do you want to testify about anything?
No, sir.
Miss Maddie, I'm going to ask you to sign off. Well, I've drawn a line with an X. If you'll sign that, and you can sign your new name as well, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, I've signed your order and granted your name change. You can get a copy of it from a little later in the morning, okay?
Yes, sir.
They'll have to take it back over to the clerk's office for you to be able to get that copy.
Thank
I
you.
think it's a great compliment to you and your husband that she wants to change her name to be the same as yours and your husband's, and I understand that that's both a compliment to you, but also to your husband, the fact that she feels close enough that she wants to have that same significance in her life. So thank you for being such a great parent.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck in your law school. Decide the way you've drawn your order, your petition and your order, you might have a future in law if you decide you want to do that, so. All right. Call the next case.